We're about 5 years old. It was started because there was a survey that was distributed to students, um, and the kind of results of this survey was that one of the major results of the survey was that about, I think it was about 40% of students felt that they did not have consistent access to affordable fruits and vegetables. Um, so when these results came back and these students just kind of like saw this, they're like, this is not right. And so they set out Student Food Co. to make it so that people had access to food on campus. The biggest thing is that making sure that students have access to produce, something that's healthy.
Yeah.
Um, you can't really get that out of the vending machines. If you don't have a meal plan, it's hard to get that close to campus at an affordable cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's I'm going to say that's the primary mission of Student Food Co. Little offshoots of that is we want to support local and organic agriculture because of how important it is for the environment that we start making transitions
Yeah.
in our food system.
Okay.
The second of that would be is that we try to balance that with is keeping food affordable. We do a very good job of keeping things cheap. You can get an apple and a banana at our stand for the same price you can get a bag of chips at the vending machine. You can also get an apple and a banana at our stand for the same price you can get one of those at the league Yugos. So our ability to keep things cheap is something that we pride ourselves on. Something that we see is really important to the food access portion of getting stuff to students.
Okay.
Well, I had over my sophomore year, I grew more and more interested in food, nutrition, and so in the fall I looked for ways to get involved with that on campus. Student Food Co. was the first thing that popped up, and started doing it, started loving it, made friends.
Sweet.
I got to the position I'm at now just by showing initiative in the organization when I first started out, making friends with the leadership. They ended up trusting me, and over the summer I was slated to do a different position, but over the summer there were some leadership changes for positive, unforeseen circumstances with people finding other positions like in other organizations that
Yeah.
we're at, and so I got elevated to president.
President.
Every week, myself and the finance chair, we sit down with the list of things from our food distributor, and we look at their local items, and we look at their more conventional items and their organic items, and we decide based on past selling what we're going to get, how much, and we usually have one slot for kind of like an experiment or a rotating item. So we'll always have bananas, we'll always have apples, we'll always have avocados, kale, and carrots, because people have, over the years, we found that people will buy those very consistently. We very rarely, we always have apples left over. We usually have some bananas left over. Kale almost always sells out. Carrots get very close to being sold out, and so we've just noticed that these things are important to people, so we keep providing them.
Okay.
Otherwise, we just go week by week, just try things out, see what people like, and see what they don't.
Cool.
We work with the distributor Frog Holler. They focus on trying to source from sustainable farms, areas around the world, and a lot of businesses in Ann Arbor actually source from these guys. We get it from them. They offer a certain range of local when local is available, and then a wide variety of different items that we could select from.
Sweet.
I want to say, first of all, our profits that we have, very small.
Mm-hmm.
And that unfortunately puts us in areas where we can't necessarily do much else. We do have a lot of initiatives this year, though, that we found are estimated to be pretty cost effective. We're going to be making a cookbook over the winter semester, which is going to be all student volunteer recipes. It's just going to be people within our leadership doing, like, forming the format of it, getting it all together. The only cost of that really is how we decide to print it. If we want to bind it, that, it's more money. If we just want to do it with rings, that's almost like next to nothing.
Okay.
Otherwise, we are going to be doing a cooking class this semester, and hopefully in the future, if this cooking class goes well. And we're hoping to be with an organization close to campus that already does food support. The cost of going with them is going to be less than it would be to other avenues that we've looked at. So, but that's the other area that our profits are going towards, is putting on cooking classes. And other things that aren't food, so like bags.
Okay. Cool.
Number. I know today we had about 60 people come to the stand, and today was a slow day. Right now what we do is we take it up to North Campus to Food Gatherers, which is it's a food bank. And we usually have, combined with all of our food, we have probably around 35 pounds worth of stuff that we can give them a week. It's about our average. But this is like a reputable food bank in Ann Arbor. It's like the food bank in Ann Arbor, almost. So we take it up there, and we're actually going to be working with other organizations that they start taking our stuff to. So getting some student organization contact going on.
Sweet.
Thinking about how many people are on Wednesday and Thursday, it's well over a dozen people.
Okay.
It's probably closer to 20 people volunteering a week.
Okay.